lovely friends, it's Margaret, and it is time to talk about bingo. If I were really, like, on point, I would have gotten out my old theater makeup and, like, done old age makeup, but I didn't have the wig that I used to have. So, I had a wig. It might have worked. I used to be a marble lady. Yeah, who would want to sculpt this face? Messy intro out of the way. I am here to talk about the Latinx book bingo. It runs from September 15th to October 15th because that is Latinx Heritage Month. It's one of 2 readathons that focuses on reading more Latinx books. I will have them both linked down below, but I specifically chose Latinx book bingo because one of the co-hosts for this readathon is a friend of mine. So, like, I try and support my friends and put them first. One day I will figure out how to clone myself. No, I won't. I'm not that smart. One day I'll have my brother figure out how to clone people, and then I will clone myself and be able to do all of the things. Anyways, I am here with my TBR. I'm going to be trying to black out the bingo board because that's what I always do. However, I have learned from past mistakes, and I'm only using 5 books to try and black out the bingo board rather than 1 for every single bingo square. So I'm gonna bring you my TBR and tell you what I'm reading. These are in no particular order. There's really no like rhyme or reason. It's just gonna depend. Well, okay, one of them I definitely have to read during a specific week, but we'll get to that. But anyways, I'm just gonna go over them in the way my list is. There's no real plan here. I mean, there is a plan, but not like a reading plan. Does that make sense? Sometimes I feel like I don't make sense. The first one is Dominicana by Angie Cruz. This is about Anna. She's 15 and she has married an older man and moved to the United States. And it's about her life here in the United States and this kind of but like this debate that she has with herself about whether she should stay in the United States or whether she should go back to the Dominican Republic. Supposedly, like, her husband's brother gets involved and is trying to convince her to stay. And so, like, I mean, she's 15. I support her getting away from a much older husband. Like, let's get this child out of there. I have heard nothing but good things about this book. I'm really excited. I know it's one of Jessie from Bow Ties and Books' favorite books. Like, they are the reason that I got this book. They convinced me. This is going to fit 4 of the squares on the bingo board. The first prompt this is going to count for is the one where you need to read a book that has the colors of a Latinx flag. This has the colors of the flag of the Dominican Republic. The other one it's going to hit is an award-winning book. I don't remember which award it was. I will put it across the screen. It's also going to count for the prompt that is an immigrant story because obviously she immigrates from the Dominican Republic into the United States. It also fits the prompt for read a book that was recommended by a Latinx booktuber. Jessie from Bow Ties and Books is Afro-Latinx. And then the final one it's going to hit is a book set in Latin America. From the research that I did, it appears that the Caribbean is considered to be part of Latin America. If I am wrong about that, let me know in the comments and I will find another book. The next one is one I am really excited about, and that's Ghost Squad by Claribel Ortega. Honestly, I don't really remember all that much about what this plot is about, but, like, I love Claribel, and so I knew I was gonna buy Claribel's book. It's about Lucely, and she accidentally, like, awakens some ghosts. I am not entirely sure how we get into how she awakens these ghosts, because that doesn't go into that in the blurb, but she does, and she's causing havoc on Halloween night, and so her grandmother and her best friend, they all have to team up with her cat, Chunk, who's right here, and apparently everyone loves. They all have to team up and figure out how to put these ghosts back where they belong. And, like, that just sounds like a fun, frantic disaster plot, and I'm here for it. This is going to hit the prompt for a book that is about an Afro-Latinx main character. It is also going to hit the prompt for a light-hearted read because it seems there's a cat on the cover. Of course, it's got to be lighthearted. Look at these colors. Look at these children. It's also middle grade. Middle grade tends to be more lighthearted. Ta-da. I'm making a guess on that one. I could be wrong. This could be a very dark, sad book. But everything I've heard about it makes me think that maybe it's not. It's also going to fit the prompt for on-cover rep, and it's going to fit the prompt for a 2020 release because it just came out like a couple of months ago. This is the first book that I have bought from an actual physical bookstore since the pandemic started. I was like, we're gonna go get that. And I went and got that. Used curbside pickup, but still, I was at the bookstore for the first time in 6 months. It was a beautiful experience. Next book that I need to read, and I need to read this one, the 3rd week of September. I don't have a choice. It's for a readathon that I am hosting, so I have to read it. I think it's gonna be a really good book. It's a little weird though because the main character's name is Margaret, and that just... My brain is not used to having other Margarets in existence. Is this what it feels like to be a Rachel or a Joshua? Is that what this feels like? Does everyone feel weird like this when someone else has their name? I'm off topic. Anyways, it's Saving Lucas Biggs by Marissa de los Santos and David T. So Margaret, not me Margaret, this Margaret, still weird, really weird, but her father is sentenced to death by this very jaded, corrupt judge. And so Margaret, whose family, I forgot to mention, can travel through time. I probably should have opened with that, but they can travel through time. They're not supposed to, but she decides she's going to anyways when her father is sentenced because she thinks that if she goes back in time and makes this judge, I'm assuming Lucas Biggs, less jaded, then he will not sentence her father to death. This is going to cover the prompt for read a book by a Latinx author because Marissa de los Santos is Latinx, and then it's also going to count for a backlist title because she has many books that she has written, and there are some that are newer than this. 2 more books and we're done. I'm not rushing at all. It's not like I have to be at the library by 3:30 so that I can pick up books. It's fine. The next book we need to talk about is By Any Means Necessary by Candace Montgomery. This is the group book for both Latinxathon and Latinx Book Bingo. They combined to do that, and so it's about a boy that I think he is trying to save the family farm. There's something going on, like they're about to lose some family land, and so he's having to go back and help take care of that while also trying to juggle like school and relationships and romance and all of this other stuff. This is going to cover the prompts for reading the group book. It is also going to cover the prompts for being LGBT rep and being an intersectional book. And then the final book that I am reading for this, because I've only got 1 prompt left, which is the nonfiction prompt. I needed to pick a nonfiction book. It's the long title, so excuse me for reading it, but it's All We Can Save, Truth, Courage, and Solutions for the Climate Crisis by Ayanna Johnson, Catherine K. Wilkinson, and Sherry Mitchell. Obviously, from the title, this is a book about climate change. It's something that I'm trying to educate myself more on about how we can make sustainable changes in our governments and in our companies and all of that, and I don't do enough research about it, and so I picked this one. There are a couple of others that might be on my radar. It is not out yet. It is actually coming out on September 22nd, which is why I don't have a copy of it yet to hold it up. That is everything I am going to be reading for the Latinx Book Bingo this year. I am so excited to have a reasonable TBR for a book bingo board. I might actually do this, especially since I absolutely have to read at least one of these books, and I'm really excited for the others. So, like, let's go! Let's do this! Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, I will have other videos over here that you might enjoy if you liked this video. That is it for now, my friends. Happy reading, and I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye!